Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to the most played matchup in all of StarCraft 2. It is Clem versus MaxPax. These guys have faced off against one another so many freaking times. They actually have played the most competitive series against another player out of anyone ever. Yeah, it's an exciting one though. It's two European titans, France versus Denmark. Young versus young though. Both of these players still in their early 20s. MaxPax turned 20 last year, and Clem is from 2002. So I believe he's 22 right now. No, yeah, I don't think he had his birthday yet in 2025. So one Marine went down here against the initial Adept. I wonder if MaxPax believes that he can keep going. Okay, this is so freaking annoying. Look at this. This is like a never-ending cycle of Adept shades that are forcing these depots to basically go up and down. It's like a mini game within the game itself that you need to keep track of, because the moment you're Clem and you let one of these shades in, there's going to be quite a bit of chaos. MaxPax gets the scout on what's going on. You also can't move out. Like, this is so freaking annoying to have to deal with, let me tell you. This is so freaking annoying to have to deal with. I cannot believe how frustrating this is. And Clem is going to be moving out a little bit here. He will be trying to catch one or two of these Adepts. But if these Marines move out too far, you know what can happen. The Adepts can shade through and perhaps get some damage here on those SCVs. We see Clem already kind of preempting that by getting a Cyclone out here. So we do get these double shades. Cyclone is hiding. Cyclone is hiding. Boom! Oh, nice move, MaxPax. Right into a Cyclone. As Clem here with a really cool kind of anti-double Adept shade build. And one can wonder whether the entire purpose of the Cyclone is just to catch both of these Adepts that move out. Seemed like a genuine move out to MaxPax, but in reality was just a way to trap these two Adepts. So a beautiful little kind of meta game play here out of Clem. What do we see out of MaxPax? MaxPax with a triple gate opener. Just an observer though. We're not seeing that Prism coming out, which has been the MaxPax golden standard, 3-gate Prism. Not quite the case over here. Clem already had prepared his infrastructure as well in a way to easily hide tanks behind it, so that if Stalkers blink in, tanks can shoot them, but it's difficult for the Stalkers to instantly get to the tanks because there's stuff blocking it. Jumping on top of tanks as well, if these buildings are here, is a lot harder. Look at the timing here on the Observer Scout. Oi, 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 that is beautiful. Although MaxPax, it's not going to be capable of getting out of here. Like, this sense of timing of what's about to happen in the game is freaking insane. Like, these guys have played each other so much. They know the exact second when an observer is going to show up. They know when the Adept shade is going to finish, and they're always ready for it. MaxPax now moving across the map, wants to shave off as many Marines as possible off this little push out before it reaches his side of the map. And he has a fairly significant Stalker count here, may I add. 9 Stalkers are out already on the map, 5 minutes and 34 seconds into the game. As the Cyclone does get a clear there on... Does get a clear there on a Stalker observer, barely gets sniped with a second scan. So vision being denied, one of the main priorities here for MaxPax. Now, this push is going to have stim, but no combat shield. I'm actually surprised that Clem is committing to it, because I don't think this is a push with, honestly, any potential here whatsoever. Like, I am not really seeing it. We already have batteries out. The Stalker count is extremely high. We have this Immortal in the back as well. That's a great lock-on though by that Cyclone. Insane pickup as well there. Clem with the lock-on pops the shield and keeps the Cyclone alive, but which is very difficult as it only has 18 HP remaining. Here come the Stalkers from the side. That is a bad blink though. MaxPax is going to have to pay the price with basically all of his Stalkers. At the same time, Immortal Stalker Zealot will clear this tank. This went way better for Clem than I thought it could. I think that was an ill-advised blink in there. I do not think that was necessary in order to clear this push. I feel like actually MaxPax was making a lot of progress. He already was on, what, 5 gateways here, and his charge was about to finish up. Combat shield still was 30 seconds away. There was absolutely no hurry for him. He was not in a hurry to clear that push, but maybe he felt some time pressure that wasn't really there. As this medevac barely not gonna get taken out, but 3 Marines will end up falling. At the same time, we have this pushing coming forward. Double Immortals are out, and they're pumping their fat guns, emptying onto those Marauders. Does not feel like it's gonna be enough though, as Clem's still up about 20 supply. Third CC is about to finish up over here as well. We get a force field. Target fire on the Marauders is not there, and these Marines can actually tank quite a few immortal shots. Marauders not quite as powerful against them. Medevac is now showing its ugly face to this pylon, but the slow warping means that it's going to survive for now. 76 supply against 118 as GG gets called. Clem wins game 1. And after a first game like that, I'm sure that MaxPax is scratching his head, wondering what he should have done better. And I honestly think it comes down to a couple of moments. First of all, the double adept loss there, the complete lack of vision that MaxPax has in general, due to both of these observers being sniped, and then that blink-in. Like, these are pretty much the 3 key moments, or the 3 key things that Clem did well, and MaxPax just kind of messed up a little bit, as the opener here is going to be a Reaper into Marine. SCV barely manages to escape into the main base, as this SCV also manages to escape. Reaper is actually going to be capable of dealing quite a bit of damage here. See if Clem can micro this. No, he can't. Loses the Reaper. Sloppy micro there out of the young Terran. Adept survives as well with 5 HP, which makes it double sloppy, as the starport is now on the way. Let's see what the follow-up is going to be. I'm feeling a bit of a mine drop here. Oh yeah, there we go. Mine does start. Now, there is a bunker out here. And I wonder if it's smart to really shade past this at this point still. I don't really think it is. I have a feeling that MaxPax is going to agree with me. So he's trying to occupy both exits in order to make sure that this Hellion can't just escape for free. It's fine for this Hellion to escape, but it should not be allowed to just get out of here without having to take 1 or 2 big shots to the face. It's actually going to get a clear here on the Adept. That is surprising. Oh, the Adept goes down. This Adept is going to finish up. I'm not sure how smart it was. I'm not entirely sure if MaxPax realized that what was happening here. Trades the Adept for a single Marine. Second barracks goes down, as well as a tech lab here. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say this is not a great start for Clem. How many gates is this? This is 4 gates, isn't it? This is going to be the old school 4 gate. So it is going to be with a Prism. It is going to be with Blink. Blink is still about 40 seconds away from finishing up, by the way. Wouldn't have minded seeing a cheeky little chrono on there. It's not at all what MaxPax is going for, though. As the single Hellion in the main base, pulling some of these Stalkers away. We now have the mine drop, double mine drop heading into the natural. MaxPax completely out of position as he starts his 3rd base. Wow. He's gonna lose so much freaking mining time here. Look at the targeting out of Clem, right? This thing is just not gonna shoot. Like, you need to pull everything away. Oh, there we go. Actually shoots at a Stalker. That was very, very lucky for MaxPax, because this could have lasted a long time. We still have 1 mine remaining for now. Could potentially go into the main base. Oh, we have a jump into the net. I had not expected. I have not seen this particular position utilized quite yet. As these 4 Stalkers are in here. 5 SCVs go down pretty much instantly. Good start for MaxPax. I wonder with what number of workers he's going to be happy. I feel like the moment you get what... Oh, he cancelled one of the gates. He had a 4th gate going up, but he cancelled it. So it ends up being just a 3 gate. In that case, yeah, I mean, he has the fast nexus anyway. He's building some workers again. Ideally, he gets a couple more kills, right? Yeah, it's nice if you get 5 SCVs, but the tech here for Clem has been relatively fast. We have a stim already on the way. We have a 3rd tank that is about to come out as well. I love this SimCity that's going down here in the main base. It is very helpful. We're going to perhaps get a jump into the natural now. Is something we have seen in the past. Could maybe get another big Stalker warp in as well. I do believe the medevac has fallen. Yeah, medevac has gone down. That means these 2 Stalkers can join up. We kind of have a weird setup, but MaxPax is actually playing it much slower than I'm used to seeing out of him. This Observer is gonna get taken out by the Viking. Here comes the Blink into the natural 1 more time. Same trick as before, and it's going to actually net him 4 more kills, which is honestly a fairly decent amount. 9 kills total here. Now, they aren't the quickest kills. We shouldn't forget that a kill that you get, you know, earlier in the game is way more valuable, as it has denied more mining. But still, these are some relatively valuable kills. The way that MaxPax moved back his Stalkers almost is reminiscent of an AI. Like the way he split, he has so many different groups. And it's the same with AI, right? They don't really... Whenever you see like these very powerful bots, they just kind of move their units almost outside of control groups. They just have like separate units that are kiting. And MaxPax, he can split them up in 2-3 portions as well, and still be capable of kiting with the correct set of units. We now have 4 Zealots. Charge is actually not even close to finishing off. I think he might have forgotten about Charge here. Oh no, Clem is about to move across the map. Clem does not necessarily have very high supply, but if Charge isn't done yet, I don't think that's going to matter so much. Colossus is on the way already here as well, as the 4 Zealots do get dropped into the main base. Is that a recall? No, it's just stuck in a building right now. I wasn't sure if that was the recall animation or not, but it was not. We get a set of force fields, forcing out a stim, then moving away from the tanks. We'll need to continue running out of tank range. Forcing the siege up over here, though, is a huge deal, because that's going to allow him to finish his charge. Prism has recalled back home as well. +1's about to finish up, and the first Colossus is popping out soon. I am fully expecting a forward base to be built within the next, honestly, 30 seconds. MaxPax is in an extremely safe spot right now. In a spot, honestly, where it should be close to impossible to die, and thus a forward base would be, a recommendable building here to add in. Ooh, 2 Stalkers go down pretty much instantly. Nice tank position there out of Clem. This Zealot run by goes to check a 3rd base. It's not quite there yet. Do have a command center, but it's not in position. These 4 Zealots move towards the left side. See if they can clear this Marine Marauder drop. Not going to be the case. We have 8 Zealots moving around the map. Are going to be trying to go for a run, but let's take a look at the vision here that MaxPax has kind of created for himself. We have some vision on the left with these Zealots. We have some vision in the middle with these Stalkers. We're lacking some vision on the bottom part, as well as this path being relatively empty is something that could be abused here. But MaxPax is actually going to be the aggressor, or at least that's what it feels like, as he sends out 4 more Zealots, kind of waiting for his opponent to move out. Clem is just going to be sitting back here on Killer's Mile, hoping for another opportunity to go for a bit of a push. I mean, his initial push has failed in a rather disastrous manner, so I'm not expecting him to really try and fight for map control. Often if you go triple tank in the early game, fighting for map control in the mid becomes a little bit harder as well due to the lower initial mine count. As if the moment this Marine Marauder drop moves back, I think that could be a sign here for MaxPax to see if he can start taking, some more map control with his main army. To see if he can move out on the map, start pushing in. I do believe we still have that Prism active somewhere as well. In combination maybe with like a big Zealot run by into a natural, could perhaps see something. Although this map, very difficult to make something work, right? You have this tiny ramp into the natural. You have this, this is not a huge choke, but it is a choke. Like, it is a choke you need to move through if you want to attack into the 3rd base. Something we always need to keep in mind, as the pure vision that MaxPax has created for himself at this point is really admirable. Like, this looks good. This looks really good. He basically sees everything that's going to leave these bases. 25 Zealots, low worker count, only on 69. Although a nice number, not the number that I think you want to be at right now. Really want to be pushing into at least the mid-70s. 10 minutes into the game, as a forward base starts for Clem as well. And he's quickly kind of rushing into this maxed push that we so frequently see out of Clem. Clem kind of has it's not a simple plan. No, it's not an easy plan, but it's a simple plan. His plan, or his game plan, usually is, okay, if I'm ahead in the early game, I can often kill my opponent and keep map control all the way through the late game. However, if my early game was wank, and I don't have map control in the mid game, he just kind of rushes out to 200 supply as fast as possible while trying to stay alive, and then he'll try to take a fight with a bunch of Vikings. Ideally, he has some Ghost mixed in as well, but for now there doesn't seem to be any Ghost quite yet. We do have a Ghost Academy as the first 2 Ghosts now start, and here goes Clem indeed. This is a very standard Clem type of setup, where he knows what timings are best to try and get back map control, and he believes this is a good time. Okay, he definitely saw those DTs. Yeah, there we go. 2 DTs get scanned out here. Sensor tower comes down. Turrets coming down as well. The moment you see DTs like that, I think if you're Clem, you want to start adding more and more turrets. You want to have turrets in your natural. Actually, he already kind of has turrets everywhere, so maybe he doesn't need too many more. As this drop is heading out towards the left once more, seeing if they can maybe deal some damage over here to this base. Neither player really willing to make a move, as for MaxPax it's scary to attack into tanks. For Clem it's apparently scary as well. I really do feel like he has a very high quality army that could potentially do something if he manages to get across the map. A couple of EMPs are hitting right now. Vikings dealing a lot of damage as the first Colossus goes down. Second Colossus on the way out as well. And his third friend will join him in Colossus Heaven soon. All Colossus getting sniped there instantly. This is a huge power spike here for the Terran player, of course. The moment you get the Viking count to a decent enough number and you have your first 3 ghosts, that just tends to be an absolute win in these battles. Ooh, sharking Disruptor. Could have maybe gotten a hit in, but did not dare going there, as Clem is honestly in a phenomenal spot here in this game. I'm having a difficult time seeing max specs actually stabilize, because there are tanks in the back. 2-2 is about to finish up as well. If you have tanks out, and really the only unit there is the Disruptor. Tanks are freaking insane against Disruptors, because the Disruptor really needs to get close to in range of the tank in order to hit it, or even in range in order to hit it. Now, the one good thing for max specs is that he has a lot of gateways. He has 11. He has a lot of income as well. So I thought he was going to go for a run by, but this is actually going to be a flank here, trying to clear these tanks. Let's see if it's going to work out as he moves in forward, blinks in. Oh, Purification Nova's coming in. We'll clear a lot of this army. This is a brilliant clear here out of max spec. I love the thought of a Zealot run by, but I love the thought of clearing your opponent's army even more. And that's what he managed to do over here. 5th base for Clem is floating out right now, as we're going to have probably a relatively active game. Clem sends out a triple drop. Disruptor count is high. That means you want to play a style where you're constantly kind of, you keep in touch, you know? You keep in touch, and not just with the occasional ladder. No, you send a Purification Nova to their doorstep, and you see if they want to walk into it. You know, it's an invitation to die, and you're sending it continuously to these bio units. SCVs are being taken out. Planetary on top of a ramp, though, can be quite scary. So we have a Zealot drum that's going to hit a Planetary +2 mines. If this works, I'm the Pope, and as far as I know, I am not. And yeah, this is not going to work. Oh, it's not even a Planetary yet, but it still sucks. Liberators are sieging up right now, so Clem wants to perhaps, you know, make sure that these Disruptors can just move into location, send some Purification Novas out without really any way to punish them or to hold a position. Planetary could get a little bit of trouble as Purification Novas start hitting these Marauders. Control out of Clem is good. As we're zooming out, these players will be managing these fights from a zoomed-in spot, of course. They can't zoom out, otherwise it would be way easier for the Terran. Sadly for them, that's not going to be the case. Viking control is there. Not sure why we control the Vikings still. We would love to see those go into a harassment position, but the Bioforce is actually chasing these Disruptors and dealing quite a bit of damage. Meanwhile, though, DTs have slashed about, what is that, 20 SCVs. There's a force lift on this Planetary as well. That seems like a pretty major blunder out of Clem to let this happen. That should not have happened. That really should not have happened. Losing 20 workers at this stage of the game is painful, because he's still only on triple orbital commands. If you're on 7 orbitals or 6 orbitals and you lose 20 workers, it's kind of okay. You know, this is a natural progression of things. You lose workers, you just don't rebuild them anymore. But at this phase of the game, it's actually pretty important that you keep high worker counts, because you want to be trading quite a bit. You don't want to be losing any of those SCVs that you will need to rebuild. You're going to be losing a lot of income, and you're going to be losing a lot of just direct cash as well, because you have to rebuild them. So yeah, painful loss there for Clem. So he's going to lose 2 more medevacs as well. It's not something he can really afford. I felt like his medevac count, although decent, was fairly devoid of any energy here whatsoever. 5 of them without energy. 2 new ones do have a little bit of purple stuff still in them. As once again, max specs taking good fight after good fight here. Has a big bank as well. 4k mineral income a minute. 900 gas income a minute. As Purification Nova's coming in. GG gets called here. Clem can't even try anymore. And that will be it for game number 2 as we load into our 3rd map, Sandworm. One of my personal favorites, one that has provided a lot of good games. It's a little bit more open around the 3rd and 4th. I still would really like some different type of concepts. I was thinking the other day, imagine you have this base and all of this is just ground where you can walk anyway. All of this is just freaking ground where you could walk. It would be nice to have unblinkable terrain. I think that would be a sick addition, because it allows for way more kind of the same way that you don't have Reaper spots everywhere, right? Like the Reaper can jump up over here, but it can't jump up over here because that would be very frustrating to play against. It's the same with Blink Stalkers. Blink Stalkers tend to kind of destroy certain map designs because if the main base is too big, Blink Stalkers just become too powerful. But if you have some type of unblinkable terrain, I think that would be cool as hell and could allow for a very different type of layout of the bases as well as a result. Either way, Sandworm, as I said, yeah, it's a very cool map. It's kind of open. You have these weird side bases, which are difficult to hold. You have the pyramids in the middle, or whatever the hell they are. Some rocks that you can take out as well, and a gold base that is protected by empathy debris. As this Reaper has tried going for some... I actually got 2 kills. How the hell did she do that? 2 worker kills. That is fairly decent damage here in the first 2 minutes and 50 seconds of the early game. High ground CC. Oh, it's a double gas opener here. It's going to be a 5 Reaper, sorry, 5. It's going to be a triple Reaper double Hellion, most likely. First Hellion is already out, but is in hiding. Adept will need to piss off right about now. It's going to see what this is. Could actually end up dying here as well. It's going to be close. No, it's not going to be close. He's just going to straight up die. Okay, so we have 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions. And we have 2 units out for max packs, no high ground wall. That means he's going to need to split these units 1-1. Unless he shades back and full walls this temporarily. I think this is just an accurate play. Absolutely accurate. Gets a big hit in over there. These Reapers are going to go towards the high ground. See if we can clear them. Ooh, maybe this Adept is going to die. It's actually not the end of the world though. I don't really mind that. 1 probe will fall. Pylon finishes in the wall, which is of course annoying because you're going to need to kill that eventually anyway. 2 workers end up falling as well as the Adept. Honestly, when it comes to holding this type of push after an early game where you lose a unit and you don't have a wall, I think this was as well executed as you're ever going to get it. So well done there to Max Packs. Follow-up, however, is going to still be there. It will be a 4 Marine and Cyclone attack, most likely heading into the main base. 2 Stalkers are on the outside, kind of caught outside of their home defenses. I really do wish, yeah, he's going to start working on this pylon because it's important. He needs to get units into his own main base. Max Packs right now is only on 2 gateways as well. He had to delay his 3rd gateway for quite a bit. Single Stalker in the main that's now moving out of position as Clem drops in and is going to get at least 3 or 4 worker kills here. I'd be shocked actually if he doesn't just straight up get 5. These probes are trapped. This is bad SimCity because they can't actually move out. Had Clem realized that, he might have actually sent his Marines further forward to maybe kill 2 more. But now he gets to evacuate with everything and still gets 4 kills. So it's just going to be so freaking hard because we still have 2 Hellions and a Reaper alive. Going for a full move out will be impossible. The potential for a drop is still there too. Max Packs' position is just extremely bad right now in this game. It is not a good spot here whatsoever. Tank is sieging up in the main base. We have a 3rd barracks on the way. I wonder if Clem even wants to build a 3rd tank right now. Or if he said, hey, my spot is so freaking good, I don't really think I need a 3rd tank. I think I can just survive either way. I wouldn't mind seeing it just for safety, but I also kind of believe he's fine. Yeah, he's just gonna swap. He's just gonna swap. The golden standard is triple tank, but Clem says, no, I don't need a 3rd tank. I killed so many of your early game workers. I delayed your 3rd gate for so long with my initial push out. We see a fast RoboBay follow-up here for Max Packs. Already up to 4 gas, trying to take a 3rd right now. As 4 Stalkers move into the main base, we'll get... Ooh, actually only get a single kill here. Only get a single kill. Okay, ends up getting the 2nd one as well. We have 6 Marines and a Raven that are trying to deny any type of scouting and trying to deny that Prism from going in as well. Doing an okay job at it. Stim has now started. Combat Shield is going to join in. As the drop heads back into the main base. And yeah, there's just nothing here for Max. There's nothing here for Max. The Stalkers are in the natural. We see another 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 workers going down. I would much have preferred Clem to once again just focus purely on killing probes. He now ends up killing 1 Stalker, but that 1 Stalker could have been, what? 1 Stalker has the HP of 4 probes, right? Yeah, so it could have been 4 more probes when it comes to the damage output that Clem had, and I think that would have been a little bit more valuable. I'm having a difficult time seeing how Max is not just straight up gonna die against the first 3-1-1 push. Once these 3 barracks have finished their stim, combat shield, you have 4 or 5 marauders in this, you're gonna be pushing out with 2 tanks, 2 to 4 mines as well. Like, good luck, MaxPax, but that's just a rough hold that you're gonna have to somehow manage. Another worker goes down here as well. It feels like no matter what Clem does, he really does kind of have that Midas touch right now. Everything turns into freaking gold. 14 workers going down. Like, every bit of harassment in there is just dealing damage. It's dealing damage, and it's dealing enough damage. We get the surround as well. We're gonna see a move out. Clem is going to move from the top to the right. So it's gonna move here, poof, to the right, and then come in with a bit of a surround. I think MaxPax realized what was going on. Will be capable of escaping with majority of his stalkers. As at least one marine is gonna fall here. I guess that's a pickup. It's not a great pickup, but it is a pickup nonetheless. Infantry weapons level 1 is about to finish up, as well as the 3rd CC is already done too. Hey, Clem has everything right now. He has a good worker count. He has nice infrastructure. He has a decently sized army. I am actually shocked to see him sitting at home. The only reason... No, he knows the Robo-Bay. I was going to say the only reason that makes sense for him to sit at home is because he doesn't know it's Colossus, but he has seen the Robo-Bay. Maybe you didn't realize. So imagine you're playing against pure Stalker Zealot, right? In that case, sitting home is actually a pretty sensible play because you want to build on your mine count a little bit. And once you get your mine count to like a decent number, you're going to be fine. Oh no, there goes the Prism. 2 Vikings in here are going to get... Ooh, not going to get the Prism. Very slow response out of MaxPax. Even slower response out of Clem. As this Marine does get the kill though. Don't know where this hero came from, but he gets it done. I think a tank push out here would not be a bad play. I think it would just be straight up a win. Like a tank push out, you have 2 Vikings there already. It's going to go up to 4 Vikings though. He's going to go for a kind of a fatal push here. Yeah, there we go. 1-1 is on the way, or +1 armor is on the way. We have anti-armor too here, so if you keep the Raven alive, that would be a huge deal. Dealing more damage with the Vikings, as well as just with all of your bio units, would be a massive thing. Ooh, 2 mines are gonna get taken out here. So, MaxPax shoots the rocks there. Not sure why that is. Fort base being taken in an kind of a weird location. Takes out 1 tank. I'm okay losing some stalkers for that. The supply difference is just so big. It's just so big. There is so much supply for Clem right now. He's already adding in that armory. 2nd eBay is done as well. Continued Viking production. It's not like there's ever going to be a good moment for MaxPax either to fight. Like, for the next 2.5 minutes, MaxPax just doesn't want to fight. He just kind of wants to sit back and do nothing. If he can survive, that's going to be great, but it's going to be freaking hard, let me tell you. Clem now moves forward. Raven taking a little bit of damage. Force fields are going to be a necessity here to stay alive. Force fields and good control on making sure the Colossus don't die before the Vikings fall. Tank still inching forward. Like, if the tank gets in position, it's really a big issue with this type of army, because you can't just clear the tank. Ooh, that's a big disruptor. That is 12 supply at once. That is another few supply over there. As Raven does go down, Vikings stay alive. 2 Colossus still there. Tank needs to move on a little bit further forward, I think. These mines do get the hits off. No fort base yet for Clem, who has started his 2-2 upgrades. He's going to be taking a massive supply lead here over the next few minutes. Fort base has finished though for MaxPax. So, despite the perilous situation he finds himself in, he does now have the access over here on this top side to get some mining going here. Also taking a 5th on the fort base location. This is really cool because this might tell Clem, it's like, hey, I have a fort base, or I'm trying to get a fort base. This is a really cool little mind game. It's like, he doesn't want that base. He knows he can't defend it, but he wants to tell Clem that he's trying to take a fort base. Well, in reality, already having a fort. Now, that fort isn't mining a whole lot. 1 worker is not, you know, gonna give him the infinite cash that he needs right now, but he can perhaps recall a couple of workers over. He can perhaps already start building here. Oh no, Clem's gonna scout it right now. That is very unfortunate. Clem wanted to drop these into the main base. The goal was not to clear a 5th or a 4th, because Clem was not aware of that fact. That is a big deal. Really frustrating for MaxPax. Sending out a probe over here to do a little bit of patrolling. I was thinking maybe a base on the bottom side, but it's not the case right now. I mean, Clem is already going up to 8 racks. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 2nd starport being added on swiftly as well. We have ship weapons being built. Like, this is just bad. Yeah, we have... Clem now realizes, okay, he wants to take side bases. This guy wants to take side bases. I'm not gonna let him. And really, Clem doesn't need to do a whole lot more than that. He does not need to fight before 2-2. Potentially he can fight before 2-2, but it's not necessary. And if something is not necessary, perhaps you shouldn't do it. Because realistically, MaxPax is very close to max already. We can wait for 2-2 and then have an absolutely insane fight, or we can fight right now, also have a good fight. I think both options are actually fine. Vikings are gonna fly on forward, snipe the first Colossus. MaxPax, however, is still staying alive for now. Fort base will get cancelled for, what is that, like a third or a fourth time? 2-2 finishing up in 6 seconds, and now Clem is gonna straight up send it as MaxPax desperately trying to hold on to this third base. It is the last bit of mining that he's gonna have left, really, because both the main and the natural are starting to mine out pretty much already. Vikings in the sky, not super useful anymore against this army. Could perhaps land. Ghost not available anymore either. As the drop hits the main base, we're gonna see a big warping of Zealots. They're gonna be +2 Zealots against 2 Terran units. MaxPax still at 160 supplies. Clem happily continues expanding into a 5th base right now. He's pumping units out of 8 barracks. His infrastructure is phenomenal. His 3-3 starts, boom, instantly as well. That's the thing, right? There's so much cash here for Clem. He can afford everything. MaxPax, meanwhile, is struggling to get a 4th base out. Adding in a Templar Archives. Templar Archives, I guess, is going to be for some Archons. We have a Fusion Core already on the way. If MaxPax ever gets to move across the map with this army and can push into a 3rd base, maybe you have something there, because this Disruptor count is freaking insane. Like, all you really need is one good fight on your side of the map, then a counterattack, and you could still do it. This was a really good drop defense as well. 2 medevacs going down before they get to unload. Marauders going back in. This was actually very powerful. Defensively, MaxPax looking good here as well. This is a nice army split, by the way. He's trying to take his 4th base. I really think MaxPax needs to start kind of working on moving on the map. Because you're not going to win this game sitting back at home being down 2 bases. You're going to win this game going to the other side of the map and clearing your opponent's army. And then hopefully winning the game straight up. He's going to actually take out another medevac, as well as a couple more Marauders. We have a rotation towards the left. Look how little vision MaxPax is working with, and see how well he's still rotating with his army. He knows exactly how Clem works. I really think a move out is what he needs. I don't understand why we're standing at home. Like, you're down. You're going to be down like 2-3 bases here. Like, if you're not fighting on the other side of the map, you're just not going to win. The moment Liberators come out, you know you're not going to win. Like, a move out timing was about 25 to 30 or 40 seconds ago. Every second that goes by and a new Liberator gets added, that push out becomes less and less realistic. And if Clem has map control the moment Liberators come out, I think Clem is just going to win with his first Liberator push. They're going to have +2, they're going to have advanced ballistic. How are you going to attack into that? It's simply not possible. The move out is good here, but it's too late. It is simply too late for MaxPax. Clem is still trying to stall as well. Does not want to go back home quite yet. I wouldn't even be surprised if Clem tries to initiate a base trade. If MaxPax decides to move out. Defensively, with Liberator, Planetary, you're probably going to be winning a base trade in a fairly simple manner. I'd be shocked if he doesn't. No Ghost in this force, by the way. Oh, never mind. They're on the bottom side of the screen. Just didn't see him. It's only 2, though. It's not a whole lot of Ghosts. One of them gets taken out. Here come the Disruptors. Like, this is really scary to fight against for a Terran if you don't have Liberators. But the moment you have Liberators, you can pretty much section off areas of the map where the Protoss is not allowed to go. And this becomes a lot simpler to deal with. If you have like, what does he have, like 12, 11 Disruptors? You can really push into areas with this, but yeah, like I said, Liberators are just going to push this army back. We have an army on the right side as well. It's going to get caught by this Archon force. MaxPax at least has a little bit of control in the game right now, but he's really on a timer. He's really on a timer. The moment Liberators go out to harass and force portions of the army back, I think it's going to be impossible. The moment we get a fight in Liberator zones, I mean, this is just... It's just going... Yeah, it's not going to be possible here, whatever, for MaxPax to win these battles anymore. It's going to need some extra tech here. Purification Nova's killing more Protoss units so far than Terran units. A couple of good ones right now as the Liberators push on forward. +2 has finished up. That means we're 2-shotting Stalkers now. After EMP, just 1-shotting them. More Purification Ovens are going to push this army back, but the reinforcements are going to continue to stream in. Because there's just 8 freaking barracks over here that they're pumping out Marauders, Marines, and Ghost at a very, very high pace. Double starport pumping lips as well. We're at what? 8 lips already. We're going to go up to 12. And they can just siege up. You can lose 1 or 2. You siege up, you get a position. It's fine. Absolutely. Killed another, I think that was a Stalker or an Archon or whatever it was. Yeah, Clem is just going to run across the map. There's really not a whole lot that MaxSpecs can do. Clem can just turn around here with the lips, section off this area, and he's going to clear 2 of these Disruptors. Going to clear an Archon here as well. GG gets called as Clem wins El Clasico over here versus MaxSpecs with a 2-1 score. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe.